Namaste everyone, welcome back to Pramati Ayurveda. Myself, Dr. Vishwanath Chetty. Today in this session, we will look into the Sharangadhara Samhita, fourth chapter of the Samhita. The name of the chapter is Deepana Pachana Adhyayaha. I repeat, the name of the chapter is Deepana Pachana Adhyayaha. What is the content of the chapter? We will look into the proper shlokas. Moving to the first shloka. I quote first shloka. Pachetna amam vanhikrucha deepanam tadhyata mishihi. Shloka here is explaining what is the understanding of the word deepana, or what is the understanding of the action deepana. What is the karma or the action of a dravya, action of a medicine deepana do understand. Pachet na amam. It is not going to do the amapachana, and vanhi krut. It is going to do the vanhi. Such a dravya is being explained as deepana. The example for this is explained as mishihi. Mishihi is paraya for shatapushpa. We shall look into the tika. The tika is explaining here as yat dravyam amam na pachet vanhi krutcha bhavati tat deepanam janiyat. So the same understanding of shloka is explained here. Tatha mishihi shatapushpa. The example is mishi or the shatapushpa. Dravya guna, it is been explained as the shloka or the guna karma of the shatapushpa is explained as shatapushpa laghu tishna pittakrut deepani katuhu. So because of this understanding, the shatapushpa is explained as deepana dravya. And what is deepana? Deepanam jataragnehe. Jataragni is the digestive fire or the digestive capacity of the person. When we are going to eat some food, how much food it is getting properly digested, that is the proper quantity of the food we are supposed to consume, and the proper digestion happening, that is been explained as the function of the agni, jataragni, deepanam jataragni. So here what is the clinical understanding of deepana is, if the person is able to eat only one chapati, if you are giving him the deepana dravya, that means you are giving him the jataragni. You are increasing the digestive capacity of his body. In that case, he will eat 2 chapatis or 3 chapatis. So this is the understanding explained here. One nikrut pachetna amam. So that is explained here. Deepanam jataragne. Because why that is happening? That is explained as agni guna bhuishtatvat. It is having the bhuishtata or the predominance of the agni guna. Agni mahabhuta is residing in that dravya. Because of that, it is doing the jataragni deepana. Deepanam jataragne. Increasing the digestive capacity, or it is going to kindle the digestive activities. It is going to support the digestive activities. Moving to the next shloka. Shloka number 1. That is continuing the shloka. Pachati amam na vanhim cha kuryad tadhi pachanam nagakesaravat vidyat chitro deepana pachanaha. Here the shloka is explaining the karma or the action of the dravya by name pachana. What is pachana? It is explained as pachati amam. Ama pachana is the action happening, and na vanhim cha kuryat. It is not going to increase the digestive capacity. Na vanhim kuryat. It is not having any kind of effect on the digestive fire. Agni is not getting kindled, or Agni is not getting influenced by this dravyas. So that is explained as pachanam. What is the exact understanding of pachana? It is explained as ama pachanam iti virukshanam. Ama pachanam iti virukshanam. What is virukshana? Rukshata is dryness, and the process of causing the rukshata is virukshanam. So that is the simple understanding explained as pachati amam. That means ama pachanam iti virukshanam. And the example for the pachana dravya is explained as naga keshara. The example is explained as naga keshara, and dravya which is having the both the actions, the dravya which is doing the deepana karma as well as pachana karma, is being explained as chitro or the chitraka. Chitraka is explained as causing the deepana and pachana. It is going to increase the digestive capacity, or jataragni is getting influenced, and at the same time it is also doing the virukshana karma. It is also doing the ama pachana. So Also here they have explained Chitrakah Katukah Pake Vannikrut Pachano Laghu. So this is the Falashruti explained in the Tika. What is the Falashruti of Chitraka is Chitrakah Katukah Pake. Its Vipaka is Katu Vipaka and Vannikrut Pachano Laghu. It is having the Laghu Guna. Here there is a word mentioned here as Ama. In both the Deepana and Pachana there is a word mentioning of Ama. What is Ama? For that the explanation is explained as Jatharanala Dorbalyat Avipakva tu yo rasaha sa ama sanyako jneyo deha dosha prakopanaha. Because of the weakness of the digestive system, Jathara Anala Dorbalya, there will be weakness in the process of digestion. If you are eating chapati or roti or etc. or anna sambar or rice sambar, then it is not getting properly digested. Sad avipakvastu yo rasaha. It is not properly getting converted into rasa or the first product of the digestion, that is ahara rasa. So that is going to be understood as ama. Sa ama sanyako jneyo deha dosha prakopanaha. It is going to do the dushana to the deha and dushana to the dosha. It is going to do the dosha prakopata. It is increasing the different doshas. So that is the understanding explained for ama. So the same understanding is also explained in the Brihatrayis. In the Ashtanga Hridaya also the same understanding is explained for the definition of ama. Moving to the next shloka. Shloka number 2, I quote, Na shodhayati na dveshti saman doshan tathodghatan samikaroti vishaman shamanam tadhyata amruta. Here the shloka is explaining a term called shamana. Na shodhayati. That means it is not going to take the vitiated doshas completely out from the body. It is not taking the vitiated doshas from the body. Tika here is explaining Yat kinchit pita leedha ashitam anirhotya dosham samshamayati. It is not going to take or it is not going to eliminate the doshas out from the body. Anirhotya dosham. It is not eliminating the doshas from the body. That is explaining as na shodhayati na dveshti saman doshan. At the same time, it is also not disturbing the doshas which are in a sama avastha. Na dveshti saman doshan. Also, the Tika is explaining here Yat dravyam na vamayati na virechayati iti vyadhina saha ekibhuta tatsthameva vyadhim upashamayati. Tat samshamanam iti bhavaha. It is not going to cause the vamana or emesis, and it is not also causing the virechana or the purgation. It is staying in the body and it is doing the vyadhi upashamana. That is explained as samshamana. And also explaining as the samikaroti vishaman. The doshas which are in a vishama avastha, which are not in a equilibrium state. The functions of the doshas are not in a equilibrium state. They are not functioning in a proper way. All those doshas are established in a equilibrium state. Samikaroti. The sense or a state of the normal functioning is been established. The example is explained as amruta. For example, guduchi. Amruta is paryaya for guduchi, and the Tika is quoting the karmukata of the or the falashruti of guduchi as rasayane samshamani doshanam juranashini guduchi kaduka lagvi tikta agni deepani mata. Here in the shloka there is a term called na shodhayati. So again there is a action called shodhana. It is not explained here. Okay, na shodhayati. What is the understanding of shodhana is been explained in the next shloka. Shloka number 8. I quote shloka number 8. It is explaining the understanding of shodhana. Sthanat bahirnayet urdhvam adhova malasanchayam deha samshodhanam tat syat devadali phalam yatha. Here there is a explanation of the term malasanchayam. First we have to understand what is the mala here. Mala can be understood as ahara mala and also as well as dhatu mala. Mala is supposed to be thrown out of the body, or it is also the factor which is responsible for the normal functioning of the body when it is eliminated out from the body. Mala is supposed to be eliminated out of the body. So this is a normal function. In the abnormal conditions, what will happen? There will be mala sanchaya, or the elimination is not taking place. Mala sanchayam sthanat. There is a place wherein there is a sanchaya of the mala. And what is this shodhana action is doing? It is doing the vinirharet, bahir nahet. It is pushing out, or it is forcefully expelling out this sanchita mala. How it is expelling out? Through the two routes. The routes of elimination, or the two routes of taking out of the mala, is explained as urdhvam adhova. It can be either taken outside from the upper route or through the lower route. Upper route is through the mouth or through the nose, and the lower route is through the anus or the rectum region. So this is understanding explained as deha samshodhanam. What is the example explained here? Example is devadali phalam yatha. Devadali valni samjna. So devadali is a creeper. Devadali is a valli. It is a creeper. The shloka here is explaining two activities. The activities or the actions are urdhva shodhana and adho shodhana. Here the urdhva shodhana can be understood for the vamana karma, as also for the nasya karma also, for the nasal elimination and the elimination through the mouth. That is explained as urdhvam mukha nasikabhyam. Urdhva shodhana is elimination of the mala from the mukha and as well as nasika. Next we will understand what is this urdhva shodhana or the vamana karma. What is vamana? What is the action of the dravya of the vamana dravya? How the vamana dravyas is going to act? That is explained in the shloka. I quote shloka number 7. Apakva pitta shleshmanau balad urdhvam nayet tu yat vamanam tadhi vidnyayam madanasya phalam yatha. Example explained for the vamana karma is madana phala. Madana phala is explained for the dravya which is doing the action of vamana. What is vamana? It is explaining apakva pitta shleshmanau urdhvam nayet balad urdhvam nayet. What is the apakva pitta shleshmanau here? What is the understanding of apakva pitta shleshmanau? It is explained as yad dravyam apakvam pakam agachantam pitta shleshmanam vyastam mishritam va. So there will not be a digestion of the material or the medicine consumed. The medicine whichever consumed is not going into the process of digestion. It is going to do the shodhana without getting digested. If it is getting digested, then it will not show its therapeutic efficacy. If it is getting digested, it is not going to do the vamana karma. So this is the understanding for apakva pitta shleshmano. So this is a basic understanding for the panchakarma. Panchakarma chikitsa, he is having this understanding for vamana as well as virechana chikitsa. One will dravya perform vamana karma and one will dravya perform virechana karma. So for the dravya to perform the vamana karma, the avastha should be apakva avastha. So this is the basic understanding for the action of vamana dravya. And also it is quoted balad urdhvam nayet. Here the understanding for balad is, it is explaining the prabhava suchaka shabdaha. So the intensity of its action is being explained here. Balad urdhvam nayet. It is expelling or it is eliminating the doshas with effort. There must be a effort by the patient for expelling out the doshas. That is explained as balad. So while doing the vamana karma, patient will be getting the klama or the tiredness because of this action of balat. And also it is explained as yato vamana dravyani vayvagni guna bhuishtani vayvagni hi laghutvacha tani urdhvam uttishtanti laghutvam cha hiha prabhava visheshadhishtitam. Okay, here the understanding for what is the reason behind madana phala acting as vamana dravya is being explained here, because it is having the predominance of the vayu mahabhuta and agni mahabhuta, and also it is having the laghu guna. Because of this it is doing the action of vamana karma. Tani urdhvam uttishtanti. It is taking out the doshas in the upper root, eliminating from the upper root. Here in the first shloka, there is a understanding explained by Sushruta Samhita. A shloka which is mentioned in Sushruta Samhita is being quoted here. I quote the shloka. Taduktam na aushadaihi hetubhihi vidvan pariksheta katanchanaha sahasrena api hetunam na ambhashtadi virechayet. It is giving us the warning that if you are a vidvan, even though you are a vidvan, you are a expert in the dravya guna, you are not supposed to do the pariksha. What is that pariksha? The pariksha should not be done for the cause of the action. Na aushadaihi hetuhu. What is the cause of the action should not be doubted or it should not be questioned. That is because sahasrena api hetunam na ambashtadi virechayet. Even though you are getting hundreds of the reasons for the dravya action, the ambashta, there is a dravya explained as ambashthadigana. It is explained for the pakvatisara nashana. Priyango ambashthadigana is explained for pakvatisara nashana. That means it is indicated for the treatment of diarrhea. Even though there are thousands of reasons you will find for its action as a virechana dravya, ambashthadigana is not going to do the virechana karma. So here the understanding is explained about the prabhava. All these actions are happening because of the prabhava. So this is the opinion explained here in the shlokas. So here we have seen the deepana, pachana, and what is the understanding of shamana, and what is the understanding of shodhana, and what is the understanding of vamana. In the next session we will go for discussing what is the understanding of virechana, what is the understanding explained for virechana in the Sharangadhara Samhita. So I conclude the session here. So what is your homework is you have to by heart all these shlokas. The shlokas which are present in the chapter, 4th chapter by name Deepana Pachana Adhyaya are supposed to be by hearted. If you are knowing the concept also, it is good and it is well. If you want to score good marks, if you want to score more marks, then you are supposed to write shlokas in the exams. So for that purpose you can by heart the shlokas. So I conclude the session. Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Varanya Bhodata. Arise, awake, and approach the great. Learn. Thank you for patient listening. Shubham.